You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris. Good Monday to you, sir. How are you?
Not too shabby. John, I know you misplace sunglasses, right? You're that guy.
Oh, yeah.
You lose them in vehicles, you sit on them, you break them, whatever.
I don't know where my sunglasses are right now.
I was that guy as a younger man, actually.
I have a pair of sunglasses that I've owned for 4 years, and the only reason I still own them is I leave them in this drawer right over here.
Well, see, there you go. You know where they are.
I know where they are.
Because it just happens to be National Sunglasses Day.
Woo!
So fly your shades, man, and do it proudly.
Gotta love sunglasses.
You know, I was a fan back in late '80s, going into the '90s. I was a Ray-Bans guy.
Oh yeah,
Ray-Bans guy.
And that's the ones I have in the drawer.
I like Ray-Bans.
And then the '80s ended, so I stopped. Somebody should tell the president. And then a friend of mine, Kevin, who happens to own the Pearl Visions here in town, years ago, he did a custom pair of glasses for me. Seriously, Armani frames. I mean, high-end stuff. Beautiful pair of shades. My son wears those now. So,
nice.
So yeah, those have been around for, oh my goodness, over 25 years. So there you go. If you got them, wear them. Look sporty. Look cool. That's what it's all about. Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man's 47 today.
Happy birthday.
There you go.
Peter Parker. Well, he was in the original Spider-Man trilogy, right? He was,
I think so.
Yeah. What he's doing, he's not playing Spider-Man anymore because he's pushing 50.
Mm-hmm.
Khloe Kardashian, and I'm not sure where she fits in the pecking order.
She's the one with the I don't know.
I'd say it's a kind
the
of
show or something.
Yeah, she's 38.
Okay.
Probably living the best life ever because she's
a Kardashian.
Kardashian. And probably one of the most amazing human stories probably ever in the history of humans. Helen Keller, born this day.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's an amazing story.
And there she was, basically secluded, shut down in an institution somewhere in a room, and deaf and blind, and somebody took the time to go, you know what? What if?
Yeah.
She would go on to publish over a dozen books, articles, become an activist. Just
an
incredible story. So
there
you go. It was 1955. We were just youngsters. 1955. This is interesting. The first automobile seat belt legislation is enacted in Illinois. I think that would be, in fact, when you think about it, 1955, because growing up, I don't remember seat belts when I was a kid.
Yeah.
If we had them, we didn't use them. And it wasn't until 1995 it became a state law in South Dakota, mandatory use, not till 95.
I remember when that happened.
I got one of the first fines.
Did you really?
Yes, because I was really confused by the whole thing. Involved in a little traffic accident.
Oh.
Officer shows up doing the report, and just out of nowhere, all of a sudden he goes, "And Dan, were you wearing a seatbelt?" I said, "No." "Okay, I'll ask you one more time. Were you wearing a seatbelt?"
He was giving you a chance.
He was giving me a chance. Yeah.
Yep.
So the next thing I know, I've got a ticket for $20 in my hand. I'm going,
"What is it?"
So fine for what? He goes, "Yeah," and it had just
being honest?
It had just gone into the law was like 3 minutes old.
Yeah, it gets still wet.
Yeah, I just framed it.
Yeah.
Should have paid it, but oh, what the heck. It was 2003. The United States. Wait a minute. Make sure I've got this right here. 2003. It's only been that long. Yeah, United States National Do Not Call Registry is formed to combat unwanted telemarketing calls.
I remember that too.
It was headed up by the Federal Trade Commission. You know, that thing on the very first day, 2003, enrolled almost 1 million phone numbers.
People were so sick of it.
And nowadays they just keep calling anyway, so.
Oh, it hasn't worked at all, but it's a government program.
Now they use cell phones.
and they use a spoof number, so you don't really know where they called from.
It's crazy. And speaking of technology, 1972, talk about a game changer. Buddies Nolan Bushnell and Ted Dabney fire up a little company called Atari.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First video game out of the chute would be a little thing called Pong.
Yeah, I watched
Pong.
I watched a
Man,
program
that changed
on Netflix.
the world.
It was not just a documentary; it was a docu-series.
Oh, nice.
About video games. It was pretty cool. And the whole time, Heidi kept saying, "You don't even play video games." I'm like, "No, but it's fascinating."
We had one of those things, though, as kids.
I'll never forget the first time I saw Pong. It was at a friend's house who I worked with. The twins said, "Hey, come on over. You got to see this thing we've got."
It's super cool.
There's all these wires hanging out of a TV and everything.
Yeah.
And we sat there for hours.
We're on channel 3.
Playing
Flip that switch. Yeah.
Yeah, Grease Lightning video action right there. Yeah,
crazy.
Atari, 1972. Holy cow. Well, there you go. I know, you know, we all know, and we just bust a move here.
Gonna do that. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
Whoa, what's going on here?
It's your Mintervention, sweetie.
My what?
I'm with Mint Mobile. Your family and friends are concerned about your expensive wireless plan.
I don't even have Mint Mobile.
And we want to fix that. Right now, you're paying too much. With Mint Mobile, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month.
Really?
Yeah. Get nationwide coverage for less. Plans start at just $15 a month.
Learn more now at Mintervention.com. Coverage not available in all areas. New activation and a 3-month plan required. Additional restrictions may apply. See terms at Mintervention.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit right now with Maile Flanagan. She is going to be in Sioux Falls for Voices Against Cancer. Maile, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much.
We are so excited to have you here. This is an amazing event. Thank you for being a part of Voices Against Cancer. I think it's going to be just a really, really cool thing.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's going to be bigger than I thought, which is exciting for me, you know.
It's going to be a ton of fun. It's coming up Saturday, July 9th, but let's talk about what they're going to have when they get there. There's a bunch of voice talents like Maile, and you're going to get a chance to chat with you. You do shows like this quite often, so for people who haven't been to something like this, what can they expect at an event like Voices Against Cancer?
Well, I'm not quite sure, but it seems to me, from what I know, it's going to be run like a traditional, like, Comic-Con kind of thing, which is like people come in and they get to circulate and they meet and talk to the voice actors. They can get signed autographs, and then we have panels, which are basically like kind of Q&A, some stuff like that. I don't know all the nitty-gritty details, but I know that I'll be there and representing Naruto, which is a very big anime cartoon right now. And I play the title character, so I'll be there signing autographs and doing some panels, which are question and answer panels. So it'll be fun.
You've been the voice of a bunch of different characters, and also not just the voice. There are several movies that you're in where it's you in the movie as well. Do you prefer doing voice acting over being like an actress in a movie? Is there a preference, one over the other?
You know, it's funny. People ask me that all the time. A lot of voice actors are just voice actors. I mean, not just voice actors, but their careers, you know, pinned that way. I consider myself like 50-50. Like, I'm like 50% on camera and 50% voice. So, which is a little bit unique sometimes. But I don't prefer either one. I will say, like, definitely one, you have to get up a lot earlier if you're on camera, and you have to get on makeup, and then you wait around a lot. Whereas with voiceover, you jump right in, you work right away. There's barely any wait time, and you also get to, I think, collaborate a little bit more on your character. Maybe a little, not so much, but sometimes a little improvisation. Which, you know, the bigger the films go and the bigger the TV stuff goes, there isn't a lot of that going on for people. So unless you're the star, you know, then you can do kind of whatever you want. So I don't prefer either one, but there are advantages to both.
A lot less hair and makeup when it comes to doing just the voice work, right?
That's right. People say you can show up in your pajamas, but I'll tell you that, like, every time I've showed up kind of sloppy, which is hardly ever, like, someone important is in the studio.
It's like, hey, I'm in my PJs, and now Johnny Depp showed up today. Way to go.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you an example. Dennis Hopper once was there, and I had come from doing a walk with my friend for like an hour, so I was in sweats and kind of sweaty, and I'm like, it's Dennis Hopper, you know. Like, I just loved his acting and stuff like that. So you definitely, well, not in COVID times, but you used to run into people like that constantly. So. And
in some of the movies, like big Oscar-winning film like Rango that you were in doing voice work, and Ice Age 3 doing voice work, but the on-camera roles, Shameless, which is such a fun show. Isn't that a fun show?
I would say it's fun. I'd say it's
well, it's a bit disturbing, but it's you know, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's great. You gravitate toward it. For me, I did over 2 seasons, 6 episodes. My on-camera career is, you know, pretty healthy, and it was intense. I mean, first of all, you're on camera. You kind of walk in as a guest star. You got to know your lines. My first day, I got called in at 4:45 a.m. Very little makeup on that show. I had my first episode, pretty much all the lines, and Emmy Rossum's character was saying, yeah, okay, oh, great, yeah, okay. It's what we call a walk and talk. which means you have to walk and say something, hit the mark, and then move and walk and say the next thing. So a little bit hard.
Well, and some of the other projects, Modern Family, which I know a lot of folks love that, and Evan Almighty, what a fun movie. So some on camera, and then like we talked about, a lot of voice work. And when you're in Sioux Falls and people will be here, they'll get a chance to kind of chat with you about whichever project is their favorite, won't they?
Oh, yeah, of course. And I have a new film out that's called My Babysitter, the Superhero. And, we did it for 3 years for a very low budget, $64,000. And I'm in it. I'm the babysitter and the superhero. There's so much special effects. And it's a great kids movie, very G-rated. And that's out now. It just came out, so it's kind of fun. Yeah. We can talk about Jakers, The Adventures of Piggly-Winks, which I won an Emmy for, and I did it for 5 years as a title character. I'm on Harriet the Spy right now on Apple Plus, I think, and a couple new shows coming up. So, yeah.
So many fun things. And again, I appreciate the fact that you're coming to Sioux Falls to share a day with us. It's coming up just really quickly here. Even though it sounds like July is a long ways away, that's like a couple weeks away. So it's Saturday, July 9th. It's only a few weeks away now. And again, Maile, thank you for your time today. We do appreciate it a bunch.
Oh, thank you. I can't wait to meet you. I have community in Sioux Falls. One of my best friends, Melissa Denton, is from there, and the Denton family, her father, Claire Denton, was the head of the theater department at SDSU. Nice. And Margaret Denton is a friend of mine, and I'll see them while I'm there. Margaret and Melissa, of course. And so I've been to Sioux Falls before. It's not my first rodeo there, so
nice.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we're excited to have you back. Maile, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Again, Maile Flanagan, one of the many actors and actresses who will be joining us in Sioux Falls for Voices Against Cancer. It's coming up, before you know it here, Saturday, July 9th, 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. at the Washington Pavilion. Get all of the information at voicesagainstcancer.org.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many of our guests. This year, we have more icons and more fun. Culture Club, The Cult, Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Graham, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort in Cancun, Mexico. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Monday?
We spoke earlier about the Do Not Call registry that fired up in 2003 and unwanted calls and this and that. We said it doesn't really work because there's so many ways to access people's numbers anyway. These days, one of the big scams going on around Minnehaha County and Sioux Falls right now. Phone scam. It's an oldie but a goodie, and apparently it's working again because they're back at it and people are being inundated by it. Professional scammers going to find new ways. They are posing as police officers and sheriff's deputies, according to Dakota News Now. Close personal friends of mine, people throughout Sioux Empire have been complaining and reporting about being victimized by that latest trend.
I had that happen the other day.
Oh, did you really?
Tailing me for blocks. I lost him down an alley finally. It's like, I don't think he's really a cop.
I don't think that's what he means.
Oh, that's not what you're talking about? Oh, okay.
Scammers are calling local residents using the names of actual deputies. In case somebody wants to cross-reference.
In case somebody's Googling
yes,
it. Oh, my gosh.
And threatening to arrest people if they fail to pay the scammer. The scammer saying there is an active warrant for your arrest. You need to give us a little do-re-mi.
Oh, my gosh.
And here's what you do. Say, thank you for calling. I'm going to call the police station right now.
Yep, I will go to the police station and
just
take care of this.
Start it from that, where you're calling them. You don't take a call and then give them anything.
Never.
Officers, of course, want to remind you and me, the general public, never send a payment or release personal information to a potential scammer on the phone, especially like this. And that's not how police enforcement works.
No.
Anyway.
Or gift cards.
Like, okay,
Police
get some
do not
Amazon
take gift cards.
Like, what? Why would I be paying you an Amazon gift cards?
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
It's
And sadly,
ridiculous.
people fall for this
They
stuff.
do. I don't understand, but,
And if there is an active warrant for your arrest, you know what? Maybe you should fix that anyway.
Yeah.
Why don't you start there? And you won't have to worry about the rest of this stuff. That'd be awesome. All right, I just found that interesting because this stuff goes on all the time. And every time I come across it, it's like, people are still falling for this?
Yeah,
The answer is
don't
yes.
fall for that.
Yeah.
Don't fall for that. Dan, thanks for coming in.
Hey,
man.
thanks for having me, guys.
You know, we
go
are
ahead.
1 week away from the 4th of July. It's 1 week
Isn't
from
that
today.
crazy?
That's a fact, Jack.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge.
I was looking at the calendar. I'm like, there's not another Monday between now and then. And then I flipped the page. I'm like, oh, it's next Monday. It's like a week from now.
You're going to make the scene. We're going to be kicking out the jams. The lights will be lit. It's going to be fantastic. Out at the fairgrounds, the gates open at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Everything you could ever imagine for 4th of July celebration. Sunday Radio's got you covered.
Yep, that's right.
We're having a ton of fun. Dan said I say that a lot, so now I'm going to notice every time I say
John
ton of fun.
John actually weighs his fun, and apparently it's always a ton.
It is a ton of fun.
Ton of fun.
And I always say amazing. Going to have an amazing time having a ton of fun. But no, if you get a chance, check out the website. Ton of fun. No, just kidding. It's not that. It's SiouxFallsFireworks.org. You'll see the entire schedule on there, but we would love to have you come join us 1 week from today. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour with Dan Ferris.
What can I say that I haven't already said about BetterCreditCards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Monday, June 27th, 2022. The equity markets began to rebound last week, but investors are urged not to read too much into the move. It's more due to a lack of news than change in fundamentals, and will likely result in another selling opportunity as the Q2 earnings reporting season draws near. The first major reports of the season are already in, but the peak of the cycle won't come in for 2 more weeks when the big banks report. Between now and then, however, is a major economic hurdle in the form of the PCE price index, and it's expected to be a hot one. If the market cannot rationalize the data, the major indices could easily reverse last week's gains. Turning to the chart, the S&P 500 closed the week below a major resistance target near 3950. This target coincides with the short-term EMA and the midpoint of a downsloping channel, and could easily cap gains in the near to short term. If the market cannot get above this level, it may not matter how cool the PCE price index is or how hot the earnings turn out to be. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.